Everyone, so we are now on the questions and answer session, and this is very interesting. So we have how to check the influence of others in our life, how to add the perspective of the moon to the yogas analyzed from the ascendant, how to judge the intensity of being born on the Amavasya day, what is the remedy for Jupiter being in Sagittarius or Dhanusha, difference between 4th house and 5th house when it comes to mind and intelligence, and timing the professional changes. Usually when we are analyzing the tithi, then we are seeing where the moon is placed because that emotional problem or advantage will be experienced in regards to the people and situation signified by the house where the moon is placed. So for example, if one is born in Rikta tithi, then the emotion can be constrained, and then we can see that this will be in regards to people signified by the houses of the moon. So for when the moon is in the 7th house, this can be experienced in the relationship. But to understand the intensity of Amavasya, we have to see another planet, and we will explain that during the video. Similarly, there is an exception when it comes to Jupiter, like for Mercury, we are using the Vishnu remedies, for Venus it's the Durga, and for Jupiter it's the Shiva. But when Jupiter is in own sign, we also have an exception, so bear with me, I will explain in that video. I've consulted VSTG for some of the questions just to confirm, so you will get the pure paramparic answers. If you are brand new here, my name is rgendarz, and this channel is all about Vedic astrology in the tradition of Sri Achyutananda with the research-based, analytical and example-based approach. If you guys enjoyed and learned something new, then please click the thumbs up, and you like to be notified about some more videos in the future, please click that subscribe button with the bell notification on. In the last video we get the 80 likes. Let's see if we can get 100 likes on this video. It would be very nice, and it makes my videos visible on this YouTube channel. So let's dive right into the video. Okay, so the first question is how to really judge the influence of other people on us. So for intimate relationship, we can, there is a specific rule for that in Navamsha. We can see what is the influence of each partner in the Navamsha. But basically, the nice way is the Aruda. We have to see which Aruda represents which people and assign the planets and yogas to these Aruda. And then we will see how these yogas are working in our life. And in this way, we can see how it is the influence of various people on our life. So the general answer would be that we have to assign the people to the planets in our chart and the yogas in our chart. So if the yogas are positive, then these people signified by those planets, they will work good for us. And if they are negative, then their influence will be bad for us. So the things will be how to assign the people to the planets. So we can see those in general terms from the Aruda Lagna. For example, we can see the 3rd lord from the Aruda Lagna and the Bhatrikaraka. Then we will know what is the general influence of younger siblings in our life. But also we can see the other Arudas, like for example we can see Upapada. How is the Upapada? For example, if Upapada is in curse, then we can say that the partner will activate that curse. We can also see the names of people and assign the signs using the Navamsha. And also the very general but also working principle is that we can see the ascendants of the people. For example, you have Vedi placed Mars, then we can say that generally the Aries or Scorpio Lagna can be cause of some problem for you. So you have to also check what is the relationship of these people to your life, and then assign the other yogas based on this relationship. Like I said about the Upapada or houses from Aruda Lagna, or even the Charakarakas from the Aruda, and we can use that also in all Vargas. How? Okay, so the next question would be how to analyze the houses from moon, how to add this perspective. And I've heard that B.V. Raman was really the one who introduced the other lagnas, just this other perspective that we can see the chart from other points, and these lagnas are of the same importance like the Janma Lagna, the normal ascendant. So we can see, we can use many such reference points, not only the moon lagna. You can use Aruda Lagna, you can use Vishesha Lagnas, various Vishesha Lagnas. You can also use the Karaka Lagna. So you can see each yoga from various planets, and this will also add you a specific perspective. What you need is to understand what the houses from moon means, and then you will add that meaning to whatever the yoga shows. For example, if you have some yoga in the 7th house, then this can impact the relationship, the business, general partnership, generally people. But for example, if this yoga is a 9th house from moon, then this is very bad, because this can now touch many other important areas. For example, the 9th from moon will basically show how you are looking for a job. It also shows what makes you secure in the society. It also shows what is the fortune within the society. Also your focus. So basically your focus can go down because of that yoga, or you may be too much obsessed about it. Similarly, the 5th house from moon works like a Scorpio, like 8th house. So it's like kind of weakness of yours. So in such a way, you can add just the meaning of houses from the moon, and this will give you another perspective. For example, if you have bad yoga in 2nd house from the moon, this can totally make you averse to any professional work. So whatever happened there, it can totally block your professional life. So you can be totally out of work during the dasha of that planet, and this will have a big impact on how you are basically joining the professional sector. Similarly, the planets in 12th from the moon, they will impact in a big way your intimate life or relationships. So by this you are adding another perspective, and if you have, for example, 3 points, then you can build such 3-dimensional stories. So if you add the Aruda Lagna, you can even tell what you were doing to instigate such yogas. Then you can see the houses from moon, which will tell you what is the going on in the society, and then from ascendant, this will describe the nature of activity. When it comes to Jupiter being in own sign in Sagittarius, then the answer is Vishnu. So for this we are using Vishnu. This is very simple, because when the planet is in own sign, then we are using the Devata, which is ruling that tattva, that element. So if Jupiter is in own sign, we know that Jupiter is in Akasha tattva, and the lord of Akasha is Jupiter. So similarly for Venus, Venus is in own sign, but we know that Venus is lording the tattva of Jala, which is watery sign. So if Venus is in own sign, then we are also saying the Durga. So for Sun it is Aditya, for Saturn it is Shiva, for Moon and Venus this is the Durga, for Mars and Sun this is Aditya, for Saturn Rahu this is Shiva, for Mercury it is Ganesha. Now we have the question about Amavasya, how to check this. 3 benefics are controlling this 3 bad tithi, which is the Chaturdashi, Amavasya and Pratipat work. So for Amavasya the planet is Venus, so the Venus can protect people born on Amavasya. So the intensity of the Amavasya, that would be the answer, depends on the position of Venus. The next question is about timing profession. So the easiest but also the very good way, which I'm using all the time, is to just use the Moon Vimshotri and just use the Dashamsa. If you have nicely rectified Dashamsa, then the Moon Vimshotri will be very accurate, and then you are using just the meaning of the houses. The 1st, 5th and 10th will show that you are getting a new jobs. 3rd and 8th shows end of job, so you may have retire, you may have some leave, you may change the job in any way. Then the 7th house will show that you are going for business. 8th house will show you are getting a loan. So then you can use all those yogas, all the meaning of the houses, and just use the Vimshotri from the moon and the Dashamsa. This is very accurate and professional way to time the professional events using the just Moon Vimshotri and the Dashamsa. The last question was, what is the difference between the 4th and 5th house when we talk about the emotions, the mind and intelligence? So we can say that 4th house is more about the central house for the mind, for the manasa. The 5th house is the protection of the house, therefore it's called mantra, because tra is protection, man is the manas, so it's traya of the manas, protection of the mind. And then we have the 3rd house is also very important, because according to Parashara is dushikya bhava, which is showing evil thoughts. This is normally said to cause depression. So I was taught by my Guruji that the 3rd house is showing the more it's tending towards depression. 4th house is more about anxiety, because it also gives you that trust, that comfort. It's all about the moon. And 5th house is very dangerous if afflicted, because that can cause really psychotic and really serious diseases, also those which are influencing very heavily the memory, because 5th and 9th houses are ruling the memory. The last question is about transits of Saturn, how to interpret that if Saturn is retrograde. So basically the meaning of retrograde planets is the same in the transits in the Gochara as in the Janma, which is the birth chart. So basically what we are doing is that we are understanding that this planet has some unsolved issues, and the influence of such planet will be very strong, and therefore we have to focus on this planet. So there is nothing new for that. We are just using the same meaning both in the Gochara and in the Janma chart, in the birth chart. Okay guys, so that would be it for me. I hope you find it interesting and informative. If you do, please click that thumbs up. It really helps me to see my videos on the YouTube platform. If you have any comments or questions, you are always welcome to write below. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and see you in the next one.